Well, here's a novel idea. Members of Congress actually contemplating reading important legislation before they would vote on it. A bipartisan group of lawmakers is now calling for a resolution that would force Congress to wait 72 hours and read bills like health care before taking a vote. Lisa Sylvester has our report.
The reality
It's an all too common complaint.
Very few, if any, members of either the House or the Senate have read the major bills yet.
Lawmakers say in the rush to get legislation through Congress, they often don't have enough time to read it. Take the Senate health care bill. It has more than 500 amendments, and it's more than 1,000 pages long. It's not just Republicans complaining. Representative Congressman Baird, a Democrat, says there is a House congressional rule that currently requires a 3-day wait from when a bill is finalized to when it can be voted on. But that rule is so routinely waived that some in Congress don't even know it exists. Baird says Republicans waived the rule during the Medicare prescription drug bill, Democrats more recently with cap-and-trade legislation.
Right now, whichever party's in the majority has tended to have a pattern of waiving the 72-hour rule. And unfortunately, the more important the bill, the more money it spends, the more people who are affected, the more likely we are to have too little time to read it.
Baird has co-sponsored a resolution that would require legislation to be posted for at least 72 hours online before a vote, and it would require a 2/3 vote to waive the rule instead of a simple majority. Americans are also revved up, seen in those August town hall meetings. More than 80,000 people have signed an online petition in just 2 weeks that would require congressional lawmakers read every word of every bill they vote on. Eric Yaverbaum, a PR specialist, helped start that drive.
Now, yes, it would slow Washington down. These documents are enormous. But if we're not going to read them, how can we possibly pass them?
All of this is made even more relevant as Congress considers the health care bill. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was asked if she would support a 72-hour period where the health legislation is posted online before a vote. She said that she would. But on the Senate side, Republican Senator Jim Bunning offered an amendment in the Finance Committee that would have required the text of the health care bill and a cost analysis posted online for 72 hours. Bunning's amendment was defeated along party lines, with the one exception, Senator Blanche Lincoln, who voted with the Republicans. Lou?
And quite an event in and of itself. I guess everyone recalls that President Obama said there would be a 5-day period for everybody to read the legislation when he was running for office. That sort of went away too, like so many, it seems, so many promises for transparency and openness do in Washington.
Yes, this was supposed to be the administration of transparency, but this is again, and we're seeing this roadblock here in Congress where lawmakers may say that they're all for transparency, but then when it actually comes for a vote, they vote it down.
Yeah, and the idea, the basic rationale is, well, it's too big to read, therefore it's, you know, I mean, it's just, this is a level of absurdity that's simply incomprehensible. And John Conyers, the congressman, saying that he wouldn't read them. No one reads them because they're too complicated unless you got a couple of lawyers. Yeah. And then, and seemingly without any sense of absurdity, saying that, you know, they just simply can't be bothered with reading legislation they're passing.
Yeah, Congressman Conyers, you know, in a very frank moment that you just referenced, he said something like he needed like 2 weeks and a couple of lawyers to try to figure this out. And that's a big thing, too, is that the legislation that they're producing, thousands of pages long, very complex, and in a lot of legalese in there, that how is the regular American out there supposed to even understand this if members of Congress are having a hard time trying to wade through all of this technical language?
Yeah, I think we're in a lot of trouble would be the solution, the final word there. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Lisa Sylvester.